Love being here and love being here in Plainville. And before we started, I was talking to a few of you. I at my old job, used to come here in 2018 and went to Town Hall, and a little bit different than this one. It's such a beautiful facility, and I love being here. With that, we're going to go ahead and start the hearing today. Today is Thursday, May 1st, 2025. This is a public meeting of the Massachusetts Gaming Commission. We have only one item on our agenda for today, and that is to offer an opportunity to interested members of the public to share comments with us relative to the renewal of the Category 2 gaming license held by Plainville Gaming and Redevelopment LLC, doing business as Plainridge Park Casino. I will refer to the license holder as Plainridge Park Casino, or let's be honest, I'm going to call you PPC. This is a supplemental meeting to a forthcoming adjudicatory hearing that the Commission will hold on May 14th, 2025. I'm Jordan Maynard. I serve as the chair of the Commission, and since this is a public meeting, I will now take a roll call to ensure that all the commissioners are present. Commissioner O'Brien.
I am here.
Commissioner Skinner was unavailable today, but she will review the recording and will be participating. Commissioner Hill?
Here.
And Commissioner Broder?
Here.
All right. This public hearing is intended to provide the Commission with the opportunity to obtain public input regarding the renewal of the Category 2 gaming license currently held by PPC. PPC's license is subject to renewal after every 5 years of operation. This would be PPC's second renewal after its first renewal, which was approved in 2020. That was a whole different world, wasn't it? This meeting will mostly be a listening session for me and my fellow commissioners. No votes will be taken. No decisions will be made at this hearing. It's simply a chance for me and my fellow commissioners to gather information, engage public sentiment related to the renewal of the application. Before we begin taking public comments, I would like to lay out the process and establish the ground rules we will follow. This meeting is intended to afford an opportunity to offer input and comment on PPC's renewal. Momentarily, we will open the floor to public comments. To make the best use of all of our time, we ask that any member of the public proceed as follows in addressing the Commission. First, if you pre-registered to speak at this meeting, your name has already been added to the speaker list. I will begin calling names from that list. If there is time remaining, after we have heard from all the pre-registered individuals, we will open the floor to comments from any other individual who's interested in offering comment. Second, when I call your name, please state your name and tell us where you are from or who you are affiliated with. Third, to ensure that everyone who wants to speak gets an opportunity to do so, we will limit individual comments to 3 minutes. Comments must also be relevant to the subject at hand, Plainridge Park Casino's licensure. If your comments exceed 3 minutes or are off topic, we will ask you to cede your time to other members of the public that are present. Fourth, this is not an opportunity for members of the public to ask questions of PPC. If you have questions, please address them to the Commission, and we will determine how to proceed from there. Of course, any commissioner may ask any question of any commenter at any time. In sum, we wish to thank you in advance for taking the time and being with us. Do any of my colleagues have any additional remarks or any questions before we begin?
No, other than to say I was part of 2020, and you are right, this is very, very
This is lovely.
happy to be participating.
Yeah, it's nice to be here. All right. Let's begin with PPC. I believe that North will be leading a short PowerPoint presentation. Ms. Groundsel.
Thank you, Commissioner Maynard and other members of the Commission. So I'm joined here today with my executive team. We're going to share just a little bit of the progress that we've made over the last 5 years since our last relicensing hearing. I want to start by just saying we understand that licensing within the Commonwealth is a privilege and not a right, and that a lot of trust has been placed in us, and we are always acting in a way that we hope shows that we are worthy of the trust that you've placed in us. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Heidi Yates-Agbaba. She's our VP of Finance. She's going to take you through some of the numbers, and then she'll pass off to the rest of the team, and I'll close up. Heidi?
So just to start with, this is just a look back of some of the property updates that have happened over the course of the last 5 years. Of course, 2020, as Commissioner O'Brien alluded to, was she was here when we did this during COVID. That was our COVID year. It was also our recovery year. And then we went on to do some fun things like the new digital signage that we have out front, the rebrand from My Choice to Penn Play. In 2023 was a big year for us in bringing on the sports book, as well as replacing the carpet. There are several people in this room that would say that was their most favorite project. And then also in 2024, right at the beginning, is when we did the remodel of our food court, including Wahlburgers, and then we did some big improvements on our paddock. Next slide. I'm also pleased to present to you a 5-year financial look back, during which time we generated $338 million in tax revenue for the Commonwealth, $276 million in slot tax revenue, $62 million in racing. We'll touch a bit on the racing piece and how that operation has benefited from that tax revenue, and then $800,000 in retail sports wagering tax revenue for the Commonwealth. We spent $25 million in capital improvements, which is some of those fun projects that we just talked about, the biggest ones being the space formerly known as Flutie's, remodeling that into what is now our ESPN Bet, and it includes the sports wagering piece in that venue, the remodel of the food court, and then the casino carpet and the paddock improvements are a big piece of that $25 million. We've contributed over $506 million to charities. We've honored our host community agreement to the town of Plainville to the tune of $11 million, as well as our host and surrounding community agreements with a spend of $1.1 million. We have met or exceeded our diversity spend goals over the course of this time, surpassed the total goal for us, which is 21% annually, but I've put them all together in a 5-year look back for you, where we have hit that at 25%. The women's spend we met at 12%. That is our goal. We've surpassed the minority spend at 7%. That goal is 6%, and the veteran spend, which is at 5%, and the goal is 3%. So that is a financial piece look back on the 5-year, and I just wanted to really touch really quickly on some lifetime data. We are the first licensee in the state of Massachusetts, which we're really proud to be, and proud to also say, you know, we've generated over the course of that lifetime $696 million total in tax revenue for the state of Massachusetts. $568 million of that was in slot revenue, or slot tax revenue, $128 million in racing, $32 million in capital improvements we've done. We've contributed $1,035,000 in charities, and our host community fee at a lifetime is $23.1 million, and our host and surrounding community agreements is $3.1 million lifetime. Okay. And then over the course of that time, we've raced 5,119 races in our racing operation, and honoring our agreement with the horsemen, raced 502 days. That has generated $77 million total payout in purses, and just shy of $77.7 billion in live handle. And I will turn this over to Joe.
Hello, everybody. My name is Joseph Wenzel. I'm the Vice President of Operations at Plainridge. So just going to take a quick look back at what we did on the gaming floor. So we've gone through and reimagined our floor, brought in a lot of new products, did a really big reinvestment across the floor with the different gaming product. We've been able to bring in sportsbook and sports betting also. And then we enhanced our gaming experience. One of the things we did have from COVID was we had all those plastic dividers. We've been able to get rid of those and actually get all those off the floor, bring everybody back together, and make it a much better gaming experience for our people on the floor. We've had some collaborative efforts. We work very well with GameSense. They are part of our team out there, and just make sure we're doing responsible gaming for everybody else. That's all I have. I'm going to bring it off to Kathy now.
Good morning. Had to check the time. I'm Kathy Lucas with Plainridge Park Casino, VP of HR, and I'm just going to take a look back at what we've done over the last 5 years and probably just ongoing from the employment side with our team members and our staff. So just in reporting out on a quarterly basis, you know that we have exceeded our diversity and veterans goals. Over those years, we have worked aggressively hard to make sure that we meet the goals for our women and our local hires. And we're getting back to our numbers prior to COVID, which we're really proud about. 62% of our employees are Massachusetts residents, and then 63% of our employees are full-time. When we talk about, those team members and what talent can we offer them in regards to their career and developing them, we have so many great programs that we have utilized to help folks. So LEAP, which is our Leadership Excellence at Penn, it's a program that we allow college students who are interested in going into a hospitality or gaming career. Right now, we have 2 participants that are returning for their second year in the program, and then we've had 7 graduates. Penn Women, led by Heidi over the last 2 years, is a program that we have for our management team or our salary team members that are women, to be able to develop their skills to get to that next level, whether it's management, director positions, or even executive at the VP level. We have 18 participants currently, and we have 20 graduates over the last 3 to 4 years. We have a program which celebrates ACEs of Penn, so these are team members who go above and beyond. They provide innovation to us, they work in the community. We recognize them as the best of the best, and we have had 18 winners of this prestigious award, which allows them to have compensation, which is a dollar amount of $1,000, and then they also get the opportunity to be cited as best of the best at the property. We have put 138 of our managers through diversity, inclusion and equity, and belonging training. We have 16 team members who are emerging leaders, so those team members have been designated by their managers as individuals that have the opportunity to grow with us at the property or with Penn. We have had 8 interns come through in the various departments, including IT, culinary, HR, finance, and marketing. We have 3 team members who are in a culinary apprentice program to learn culinary skills to be executive chefs or sous chefs. And then we currently launched a program within this last year, which is a management leadership program. It's taking a manager who's in one department and allowing them to cross-train in another department that's completely not aligned to the skills that they currently have, to allow them the opportunity to grow and get more experience. We have a team member that's doing this kind of shadowing work with marketing, came out of food and beverages going into marketing, and we have a team member that's in HR that's doing this in security. So our investment in talent is probably one of the most important things for me on the HR side. I think of the other things that embody our team members to stay with us are the benefits. So we have spent $165 on our scholarship fund. Our scholarship fund does not go to the current team members, it goes to their children. So they're eligible to apply for a scholarship to help their children with buying down the cost of them going to school. So within the last 2 years, we've paid out 3 years, we've paid out $165,000 for that. We have a program that's called PPC Cares that allows us to bring in donations to help our team members in their times of crisis. We spent $35,000 on that. We had 11 team members that we did pay tuition reimbursement for, and that was $50,000. In this time period, we have 14 of our team members that are going through ESOL to help them with their language skills, to allow them to continue to grow with the organization. We just launched a program that will help our team members with their finances, and that's Dave Ramsey's Smart Dollar program. It'll help them with saving and investments, again, outside of the organization for their home. And then we are very proud to say that all of our team members are eligible for benefits on day one. There is no waiting period when they start. If they're enrolling in our benefits because they're not on, the state or not on their spouses or family benefits, day one, benefits start for them. And the last two things that I want to share, when our team members do well, the property does well. And when the property does well, we're able to give back to the team members by incenting them and then paying them off for bonuses. So we spent $125,000 on providing bonuses to our hourly team members who are on the floor actively engaged with our guests, making the experience at Plainridge awesome. So very proud of that 125, but even 174,000 we spent on acknowledgement of their good and welfare by the manager. So we have another program which allows us to recognize our talent when they're doing things that go above and beyond their actual job description. And within that time period, we spent about $174,000 rewarding our team members. So really excited about that. I think the next slide is you. We'll turn it over to Stephen.
Thank you.
Good morning, Stephen Bradford, VP of Marketing. Excited to talk about our contributions to the local charities. So we've supported over 50 charities and communities, both hosting and sponsoring events and causes. Some highlights, we have some folks here, include Habitat for Humanity, Lenore's Pantry, North Attleboro, Plainville Rotary Club, and then Plainville Lions Club. And then we do have one coming up, one of our favorites, the end of this month, Rolling Thunder, which benefits POWs and MIAs. We also host seasonal guest and staff events that include donations for pet supplies, toys during the holidays, and then back to school. Next slide, please. So 2020, 2021, we focused on ensuring that we provided offerings that were both safe and healthy. We offered drive-up wagering. We hosted outdoor events and movies on the patio. We continued our partnership with Fenway Concert Series and TPC Boston. We grew our partnership with Gillette, offering an exciting option for our guests to view sporting events, concerts. And then we also leveraged our Penn Play database to bring in new guests from our sister properties at Missouri, Louisiana, Pennsylvania, Maine. And then in 2023, Heidi touched on it, but we rebranded to Penn Entertainment, and then we introduced Penn Play. We deployed our Penn Play app, which was made account access convenient, so people could interact, view their account right in the palm of their hands. And then this past year, the most exciting one was our new sportsbook venue, now rebranded as ESPN Bet. We've hosted various events, exciting experiences for sports fans that included 98.5 The Sports Hub on site to broadcast their various programs. We hosted watch parties for major sporting events. And we had special appearances from key sports figures and legends from our local sports teams. Very exciting. And with that, I'll hand it back to North. Thank you.
So thank you, team, for presenting. Look, we're proud of our record. We think that we've done a lot to live up to the commitments that we've made. But I think the thing that I'm most proud of is just the partnerships that we've formed here in the community. And so hopefully you'll hear from some of those folks today. But none of this could be done without our team and then without the support of the community and the other folks who help make this a really good situation for all of us. So I'm going to sit down, and that concludes our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we are next going to call the Plainville Town Administrator, Mr. Brian Noble.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the Commission, for the opportunity to speak before you today in supporting the relicensing of our valued partners at Plainridge Park Casino. More than a decade ago, this Commission made a wise and forward-thinking decision in awarding the Commonwealth's first casino license to Penn National. It is hard to believe that 10 years has passed since then, and in that time, Plainridge Park has proven to be a positive, responsible, and valued member of our community. As you will hear from many of the officials that will speak after me, there have been virtually no adverse impacts on Plainville since the casino opened. From our perspective, the facility is operated in full partnership with our town and with the utmost professionalism. The economic benefits to Plainville have been substantial. Revenue from our host community agreement enabled us to finance and construct our new facility here, and is an achievement that has been nearly impossible to duplicate anywhere else without a tax increase to the residents of the town and across the state. So this has been a big improvement for us, as you probably remember as you visited our town hall in the past. Beyond that, Plainridge Park has created hundreds of jobs, preserved and revitalized the legacy industry of harness racing, and supported the broader equine and agricultural economy. The resurgence of the breeding industry has not only created economic opportunity for farms, suppliers, and vendors, but has also had preserved critical open space, not just here, but across the Commonwealth. In addition to supporting the local industry, the facility has generated millions in tax revenue and economic activity in the region, while also successfully repatriating gaming dollars that might otherwise have gone south. This has strengthened our local tax base and our neighboring communities as well. But let me be clear, this is not just about Plainville. Communities throughout the region have benefited from the jobs, the revenue, the economic vitality that Plainridge Park brings. Your decision to license Plainridge Park was not only the right one, it has been transformative. And just as importantly, it has been your stewardship of that industry, along with the strong partnership between this town, the Massachusetts Gaming Commission, and Penn National, that has made this success possible. There is no ambiguity. Your standards are high, our expectations are high, and this operator has consistently met and exceeded both. That is why, with great enthusiasm and full confidence, I respectfully urge you to approve the renewal of this license. Before closing, however, I would like to raise a concern about the future, one that I know may fall beyond your immediate authority, but nonetheless is critical to the ongoing viability of this facility. From our position on the Rhode Island border, we are acutely aware of the competitive pressures from across the state line. While Plainridge has been remarkably successful, it has also done so while operating under significant statutory constraints, particularly when compared to nearby competitors such as Twin Rivers. It is, in many ways, fighting a two-front battle with one hand tied behind its back. The law that created the casino framework in Massachusetts, 23K, was appropriate at that time. But the landscape has changed, and it will continue to evolve as new competitors and gaming formats emerge. It is time to revisit that law with an eye towards the future, towards fairness, competitiveness, and our continued economic growth as a state. Ideally, we should be positioning Plainridge to create even more jobs, to recapture even more of that revenue from Rhode Island and compete on a level playing field. We understand that statutory reform lies with the legislature, but we believe it's important to raise these concerns in a public forum. We want to ensure that Plainridge and our town, in fact our region, are not left in a competitive disadvantage. We are proud of the relationship with Penn National and with Plainridge Park Casino. They have been exceptional partners for our town and for the region. We respectfully request your support in renewing their license today, and when the time comes, your continued support of our efforts to ensure this facility remains competitive in the years ahead. Thank you again for your time, your past support, and your commitment to the economic well-being, not just of Plainville, but of the county. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Administrator. We are now going to call the Select Board Chair, Brian Kelly.
Thank you very much. Wanted to come up as a board here. I think, at least from my perspective, I want to echo Mr. Noble's sentiments exactly. A lot of what he said, I can see have come from conversations that he and I have had, not only about what a great partner Plainridge has been to Plainville, but about what the future holds for both Plainridge and the state of Commonwealth of Massachusetts. It's obviously a critical business for our town. As you mentioned, the new digs here in Town Hall, it's all due to our relationship with Plainridge and the host community agreement that brought them here and brought that revenue to Plainville, allowed for this building to be built and for that bond payment to get paid. And we've got, I think, about 14 more years on that. So we are keenly interested in keeping that business open and thriving, not just for all the other benefits that Mr. Noble alluded to, but because we've got skin in the game here as well. We thank you very much for your support in the past. We couldn't have a better relationship with the casino. They're a great partner, and the elephant in the room, though, at each one of these public hearings that I've attended in the past 6 years is always about the future and the fact that, as Mr. Noble stated, they're running such a great business with essentially one hand tied behind their back, given all the competitive pressures they've got within the state and out of the state, and also some other potential projects within the state that may significantly impact Plainridge. So I just want to make sure that we're cognizant of that. I know it's not in your direct purview, but if there's anything that we can do together to help to make sure that this business not only stays open but continues to thrive, we would certainly appreciate it. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. It looks like we're going to hear from Vice Chair Maggie Clark. I talked to her before. She and I talked before.
Good morning, Mr. Chair and members of the Commission. My name is Maggie Clark, and I'm a member of the Select Board. I'll keep my remarks brief, as I'll be reiterating what's already been said and what I'm sure will be said to come. But I didn't want to take a chance to miss my opportunity to share my perspective on what this partnership has meant to our town. First, thank you for holding this meeting here in our town hall. This building, along with our public safety complex, as has been said, stands as a visible and lasting symbol of what our partnership with Plainridge has made possible. These buildings are not just brick and mortar, they represent real, tangible progress for Plainville. When preparing these remarks, I tried to recall any negative impacts Plainridge's presence has had on our community. And honestly, from where I sit, there have been none. While our public safety chiefs can speak more directly to data on traffic or crime, I've seen no issues, formally or informally, that raise concerns. In fact, the positive impact on Plainridge, reaches far beyond the required financial contributions. Whether it's supporting our PTO, sponsoring programs at the Senior Center, or helping organizations like the Spirit of Plainville, Plainridge has consistently shown up as a generous and engaged community partner. Their involvement is steady, meaningful, and appreciated. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today, and thank you to Plainridge for being such outstanding neighbors to the town of Plainville.
Thank you, Vice Chair. And Mr. Johnson, good to see you again.
See you again. Thank you, Mr. Chair, and members of the Gaming Commission for allowing me the chance to speak. My name is Jeff Johnson. I've been a resident of Plainville, for 34 years, a member of the Select Board for over 7 years. And one of the great pleasures of these last 7 years has been the opportunity to work with Plainville Gaming and Redevelopment as a partner to our town. I'm obviously here to recommend their application. I could go on, as I have often for the last 7 years before you, as to the benefits and what a tremendous partner they are, and they are a tremendous partner. But it almost feels boring in a way, and it would be boring, except it's so important. It's so critical that partners for our Commonwealth and partners for our towns be encouraged and motivated and given the opportunities to do the things they do so well, whether it's creating jobs, creating economic vitality, revitalizing an industry. These are the things that Plainridge has done since 1999. If I go back to 1997, when I had only been here a few years, I saw the arrival of horse racing with a little trepidation. If I go back to 2012 and 13, I had the same sorts of concerns when it came to the casino coming. In both cases, my concerns were poorly founded. I would say that they have always exceeded every commitment they've made to us. They have not had any of the negative impacts that many people feared. We could not have a better partner. The Commonwealth could not have a better partner. So I would urge you to renew this application, and thank you again for coming to Plainville.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. It takes a lot of gumption to say that one has an evolution in opinion. I know it's tough for me sometimes. Do we have any member of any surrounding communities? All right. I will say that we did.
Mr. Chairman.
Oh, yes. Oh, hi.
Are you moving in order? I'm sorry if I missed that, or just,
Well, who are you?
my name's, sorry. I'm Lee Fonts, and I'm from a surrounding community.
Oh, please.
Okay, great, thank you. Morning, thank you for having me as well. I'm, as you just called out, from the surrounding communities. I'm the CEO of the Attleboro Norton YMCA in Attleboro and Norton. We've been very lucky to work with Plainridge Park Casino since they've opened, and they're a valued community partner. They've been supportive to our annual campaign in many ways, as far as financial donations as well as gift in kind. We've also been very lucky to have the general manager on our board for quite a few years now, I think 3 or 4 years, 3 years maybe. So I'd like to acknowledge that support. So we have a good support with the people that we have. We have a good support with the partnership and the community. It helps our families and our seniors and really generally the broader community than just Plainville. So I appreciate the opportunity. I'm very lucky to be in partner with Plainridge Park Casino and 100th Day. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Lee. We appreciate that. Anybody else before I move on from surrounding communities?
Tim Lund, Renton.
Oh, please.
Thank you for allowing me to speak. I just want to speak on behalf of the local communities. I'm very involved with the Lions, both as a Rentham Lion, state level as well, and as a board of director member for the Mass Lions Eye Research Fund. I see charitable events occurring throughout the state all the time. But what I really recognize is the support and sponsorship that is necessary for a lot of events and fundraising to occur. Okay, and I'll give a quick example. The local towns of Plainville, Rentham, and Norfolk run a polar plunge to raise money for eye research every spring. This is a $50,000 event, okay? We couldn't do this without the support and help not only of the casino, but also the Standard Owners Association, okay? They are an important and consistent supporter. They are a headline sponsor and donor, and one of the employees of the facility actually sits on the committee that we have to run the event, okay? So this just goes to show the local and really statewide impact they've had with regard to Lions and just charitable events overall. I would also say this, I live 2 miles from the stadium. My parents lived in Vegas. I've been around casinos a long time, okay? I get it. There can be a negative connotation. That is not the case here, okay? I go there quite often with friends. We meet. It's a great place to go watch sports, listen to live music, go watch the trotters out at the track, have a bite to eat. It's fun. It's enjoyable. There aren't any problems there, okay? It's not like, we see at some of the casinos in Vegas. But it's just a fun, enjoyable experience. And I just say that I think that speaking for the local communities, what I see in Rentham, what I hear from a lot of people, I have 2 neighbors who are police officers. They don't hear of anything negative going on at the casino. And I just think that there's a value add provided by the casino and the Standard Owners Association that just provides a real fun atmosphere. So I would like to just throw in the support and hope that you take this in as you renew the license. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Munn, did you do the polar plunge?
I have been. I will say this, for those of you who want to plunge next year, the temperature when we did it a couple weeks ago, the outdoor temperature was 38, the water was 38. On the surface, a foot below is down to 36, 2 feet below is down to 35. It was cold.
Mr. Chairman, I've been a plunger and a donor. Donating's way better.
We'll see you next year then. Thank you very much.
The work the Lions do, if you don't mind me taking I'm sure in this community, in my home community across the state, has been amazing. I just want to note that and appreciate your efforts there.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Thank you, Mr. Munn. I will note to the commissioners, by the way, anytime you have questions, just jump in. I've not been asking after every person, but feel free. Anybody else from surrounding communities? I do have a list of folks to call. All right. The ILEVs, we received a letter from the representative of the ILEVs that we will consider. Was there anyone else that wanted to speak on behalf of that issue? All right. We have Mr. Lank from the United Way Chamber of Commerce. It's good to see you again.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah,
Thank you again for coming up to speak with us.
I enjoyed it.
Good afternoon, or good morning, I should say. My name is Jack Lank, and I serve as the president of the United Regional Chamber of Commerce that serves the 16 communities that surround Plainville and Plainridge. Thank you for allowing me to speak in favor of renewing the casino's license to operate here in Plainville. Since before its opening in 2015, Plainridge Park has been a tremendous community partner for our region. Even before they put a shovel in the ground, they had their representatives up here for over a year. And unfortunately for me, one of the first places they came was my office. And we brought them, Jeff Morris was the gentleman who came up originally. We brought him around and introduced him to a lot of the folks where he made a lot of these deals, partnerships. Partnerships with a lot of the restaurants and a lot of the places in the area that have really enhanced this region. They've also provided over 400 jobs for local residents, contributed over $300 million to the state tax revenue, and they've proven their value many, many times that they bring here to this region. Additionally, they allocated $69 million to support the horse racing industry. Plainridge supports the racetrack, which supports 150 families that live and work here in this area. They support many of the local charities, as you've already heard, and human service organizations in our region, including ours, the United Regional Chamber of Commerce. Even during the COVID-19 pandemic, when the world was basically shut down, the casino demonstrated the commitment to the community by continuing their monthly payments to the town of Plainville, ensuring financial stability for all the local services. I also serve on the Mass Gaming Vendor Advisory Team, and Plainridge has a strong focus on diversity and inclusion, constantly meeting and exceeding the goals for minority business enterprises, for women and veteran-owned businesses especially. The local merchants, the convenience stores, the coffee shops, the restaurants have all seen a huge increase in their revenue because many of the visitors to the casinos stop at a variety of restaurants in the area, and we all need to grab milk and bread on the way home. So why not stop local before you go? Through these efforts, Plainridge Park Casino exemplifies the role of a responsible and engaged community partner, contributing positively to the economic and social well-being of this region. And we strongly encourage the Mass Gaming Commission to renew their licensing for Plainridge Park Casino. One of the good things about my job is when they need something up there at the casino, they pick up the phone and call. And I'm just going to give you a quick example. All the bar stools and the stools that you see up there, over 800, they needed somebody to refinish them. We found them somebody right here in North Attleboro that just I think they've finished 800 of them so far, and there's more to go. So they support all of the local vendors that they can. They're the first place that they look before they ask for anything. But thank you for allowing me to speak, and we truly hope that you will renew their license. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lang. We are now going to call up from the Standardbred Owners of Massachusetts, Nancy Lombardi.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Nancy Longobardi, Secretary Treasurer for the Standardbred Breeders of Massachusetts. Just a couple words in support of the relicensing, which has been kind of the force behind the success of our breeding program. Just in the last 5 years, we've had 650 resident brood mares and given away over $12 million in our stake race purses. The success has also allowed us to make donations to local organizations, as you heard, and also to the, with the track and with the Harness Horsemen's Association, to the Standardbred Transition Alliance, which is a very important for the retraining of the Standardbreds after their racing career is done. So which is very, very important issue. And also just would be in support of our continuing our success and our growth with the relicensing of the track. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
I still talk.
Questions? That's okay. The dog.
This is going to be, I love that dog. This is going to be the most important question that we ask today, I can assure you.
Oh, boy.
So, we still talk about the tour that you gave us. We loved it.
Okay.
At that tour, we were told there were going to be 2 new additions to the family.
We have one.
Okay.
We have one.
How is it?
We're waiting on one more. Probably
button
within
that
about
down?
a week.
Okay.
She's 2 weeks old today.
Send us some pictures, please.
Oh, yeah, she has.
We will.
on the phone.
I showed Commissioner O'Brien one already.
Okay.
But
She's adorable.
Anytime, he could come back anytime.
We've been
See him
waiting
again.
patiently to see.
Yeah, really, really pretty.
When I got
She's beautiful.
I got to tell Nancy this one. I was at the track a couple weeks ago for opening day, and people were talking casually, and they said, Dom, such and such. I said, Big Dom or Little Dom? They said, you've been here too long. So, there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm thinking the same thing,
obviously.
So I'm going to butcher this last name, I'm sure, but from the IAM Union, Michael Vardabedian?
Really well said.
All right.
That was amazing.
Gave it my best shot.
That was really good. Good morning, Chair Maynard, Commissioners, Board of Commissioners. I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak here today for the renewal for Plainridge Park Casino. Our relationship with Penn National started about 11 years ago when we got a call from the racetrack at the time when they had bought the racetrack. We got a call that some members were interested in forming a union, and we approached Penn National, and they were, I know that it's the law that people can unionize, but they were more than open for us to go and talk, and they gave us neutrality to go speak to the workers, and if they wanted to unionize, they would give us a voluntary recognition. That doesn't happen too often, okay? Usually, companies are extremely resistant to a unionization, and I will tell you that we have gone we've grown our relationship in that 11 years to really considering partnership, really, and that's really an unusual thing to say as a company and a union. Often we will have disagreements, and we do, but we always resolve them. They're extremely respectful to the workers there. They're good-paying union jobs. We have negotiated several contracts with them now, the latest being November 1st of last year. We're in a 3-year contract with them, and we've got a very good contract that was very well ratified by the membership. Our members enjoy working there. I enjoy working with the leadership over there at the casino. They are all respectful. They sit down, they talk through any issues that we may have, and we always come up with a resolution that we both can be satisfied with. So also, I noticed all the charities that they give to. I want to also say that they've been a partnership and a charity that we give to every year that the Machinist Union runs, which is the Guide Dogs of America, which provides guide dogs to the blind, guide dogs to children with autism, and guide dogs or service dogs to PTSD wounded warriors. And they are partners in that. We raise probably about close to $100,000 a year in this area for the Guide Dogs of America, and they are very much a partner in that, and very gladly donate, and we run a golf tournament and so on that they attend and sponsor. So I would encourage you to renew their license. We've got hundreds of good-paying union jobs at stake, and they are a good employer, and I would hope that you would consider renewing their license. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. So the next person is Stephen Vaccaro. Stephen Vaccaro here. All right. I believe now we're going to kick it over to Marlene Warner. Was that a good or a bad
It was good. It was good. Good morning. I think it's still morning. I don't normally come here to these type of events, but I was pleased to be asked to do so. And I will say that I'm still neutral on the issue of legalized gambling, but I have a lot to say as it relates to Plainridge Park Casino. So thank you for the opportunity. As I was driving, actually, I usually don't past the casino in Plainridge, but I was driving further to get here, and it was occurring to me that it was a fairly late night meeting prior to the casino opening when we were talking about traffic and problem gambling, right? The two issues that come up most of the time when there are public meetings prior to a facility opening. And what I appreciated from day one was the attention and focus that Plainridge Park Casino and their team members, even at that time, paid to those concerns, and how that has not stopped till to today. It's nice to see Steve and Dominic. They are the folks from day one that were with me prior to the facility opening, and who have been partners. They really have been partners in addressing not just issues here in this part of the state, but really statewide. We originally had a group called the Mass Partnership on Responsible Gambling. They were both active members of that. So you fast forward to today, and it's not unusual for North to text me when he sees an article or something occurs to him and he wants to make something better. He just picks up the phone and calls me or texts me. And I think that's really indicative of the partnership we've had from day one. Lance George, who was the original GM here, I think about all the things that he was willing to test out here, because this was the first property, right? So we talk about Play My Way, we talk about Game Sense as if it's something that's just normal. It's not normal. It's not happening anywhere else in the US. And this company was willing to be the guinea pig over and over and over again. So to invite a nonprofit in to run services 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, to help patrons adjacent to a gaming floor is kind of unheard of, and Penn was willing to do it. I will also say that in addition to testing Play My Way here, testing the voluntary self-exclusion program, and I think one of the things that I loved is that North called me and said, we have some patrons who keep coming in violating their voluntary self-exclusion program. We want to do this right. Help us do this right and help us show care and compassion, but also hold up our end of the bargain as an operator to keep people out. And I think we struck the balance. I hope we struck the balance. And I think the other thing that we're doing is always trying to tweak things. And I think that's one of the things that is amazing. I also want to just kind of give a heads up that Lisa has been with us every step of the way. Lisa's another one who calls and texts me all the time and says, like, I've got this idea, or I really want to support, Problem Gambling Awareness Month. How about I buy this or do this or engage my team in this way? Really thoughtful and not just meeting the bare minimum. They're going way beyond. I guess the last thing I just want to offer is that my staff love working there. My staff really love working there. So I thought this meeting was at the casino. So I had the good fortune of getting to hang out with my team for a few minutes. And they were talking, as I walked up actually, they were talking about, help me with the name of the motorcycle thing. Rolling Thunder. Hey, are you going to do Rolling Thunder? I'm going to do Rolling Thunder. They love it. They love everything about the community aspects. They love being able to connect with the patrons, but also the team members. They love that they're included in terms of the major racing days and being able to be included. We're never an afterthought. And I think that's one of the things I really appreciate about Penn and Plainridge Park Casino. So with that, I guess I'll just end saying, they were the first casino to train their staff in mental health first aid. They're not just talking the talk, they're walking the walk. First casino in Massachusetts to train their staff around question, persuade, and refer as it relates to suicidal ideation. And the first casino to recognize that as a lottery agent, as one of the largest lottery agents in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, that they really own some responsibility to be a part of the give a toy, not a ticket, and gifting responsibly. So with that, I thank you for the time.
Thank you, Marlene. We appreciate the council's perspective on that. The next person on the list is from the Old Colony Habitat for Humanity, and that's Kim Thomas. Love Habitat for Humanity, by the way.
Good morning. Thank you very much. I do. I'm here today to speak in support of the continued operations of the Plainridge Park Casino as they seek renewal for their gaming license. Old Colony Habitat for Humanity has had the privilege of partnering with the Plainridge Park Casino for 10 years. I've had the honor of working with them the last 4 years. We've built a home in Attleboro. Alongside them, they did Mansfield prior to my coming on board, as well as Norton and Taunton. So we have group team build days, and we have the employees coming out from the casino from all different departments, and really enjoy it when they come out to do the build day, and they have a really great time. We also have board members. Dom's on our board right now, which we're thrilled to have his background and expertise, and committee members as well. So we're really grateful for the partnership, and we're a very small habitat. We serve 24 communities in Bristol and Norfolk County. I have myself and 2 other part-time people, so relying on the Plainridge Park Casino and volunteers and helping us is huge to really uplift families in the community for affordable housing. So I'm going to see what else I have here. So their engagement really goes beyond a transactional relationship. They're a true community partner invested in the well-being of our neighbors. Plainridge Park Casino consistently demonstrates its commitment to being a responsible corporate citizen. Their involvement with local nonprofits and civic initiatives shows a pattern of long-term investment in the area, and I'm very grateful to have their support. And on behalf of the Old Colony Habitat for Humanity, I strongly support the relicensing of the Plainridge Park Casino and urge the Commission to approve the renewal of their license. So thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, the last on the list, and then we'll open it up to the floor. Last but not least is Dale Borkevine.
He's last but not least. You save the last, the best for the last. Don't need no speech, paper, or nothing.
I'll say it, Dale.
I'm going to speak from the heart.
Buckle up.
No way, you're kidding. First of all, hey, listen. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody who came out to support this town. This is a fantastic town. I'm going to tell you why. I've been here 67 years, my whole life. I was an original member of the committee to help support Plainridge coming. It was a mixed role in the beginning, but it turned out well. There's a great team here, the partnership, along with our select board, the town administrator, the police chief, fire chief. This is just a great community. I recommend anybody who'd love to live in this community to come because it's just great. But just a little story. When North moved to North Attleboro, he was only here a couple of days, and I got a phone call. And he says, my name's North Griswold, right? Is it Griswold? Groundsel. It's Groundsel. No. So, there we go. So, very impactful. Listen, I only know his... Go ahead.
Is Wayne Newton here? That's all.
I always like Dominic Lombardini, you know, it's always wrong. I told you to say the best for last. He personally called me and he said, Jeff Morris, he was only in town a couple of days and needs to see you. You're the unofficial mayor. And I'm like, okay, I was nervous as hell going to see him. We sat down and we talked, and I tell you, I've never met such a genuine person in my life. He brought a pad, a paper, he had Steve and Dominic with me. He just wanted to know the concerns of the community. And I raised a couple of issues with him, and I think within months, he resolved any concerns I had. I asked him about electronic billboard, and it was he immediately, I said, well, where can you go with a casino? There's no electronic billboard out front. You know, he addressed it. You know, I don't see my name flashing across in front of credit, but no, genuine person. Steve O'Toole, Steve and Dominic, I met them in the beginning. They are just top quality human beings, along with being, you know, employees, everything else. I pick up the phone, I have North, he calls me on something, I'll call him. What a great team, what a great partnership for this community. You know, I'm not gonna go on and on and on, but genuine people who really care. You know, I called North the other day about something, and he immediately responded. And I just think that's just wonderful. It's just a simple resident in this town, and he responds, and it's been great. And Steve and the rest of the team up there, they've been really good. So I hope you renew the license, and hopefully I'm still living here in 5 years or alive, and we'll be back to see you.
Amen.
Thanks.
I'll have to say, Dale, I told you in October that you always make me think that Halloween's coming, but now, May, right? We're in May, so, because I see him every October.
North is so genuine. He came to a couple of my Christmas parties, and I'm not beating on him, but I had a top comedian named Jimmy Cash. And I'm still trying to get him up there to go. If you ever heard Jimmy Cash, he's phenomenal. He's the most up and rising comedian. I have just a little barn party with like 200 people. I have a live band, and he comes and attends. And I just, all my friends couldn't believe it. A GM from the casino would come and you know, break bread and just listen to the comedian. So he's a genuine person. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'll see you later on.
So, that's the list that we have of people that registered, or either today or before. That said, is there anyone else that would like to offer up comments? If you would like to, please come. And you probably need no introduction, but if you'll state your name for the record.
I kind of do to some people because I don't know some people here. But that's the interesting thing about the casino that's here, and that goes to Penn National and everybody else. And Joe's not recognized, but there are a lot of people here that make this facility run. And we talk about business, we talk about community. We're actually dancing a fine line between community and family at this point. The casino talks about team all the time, but they really treat them as a family. And I think you can't ask for anything more than that with a business. Whether it be Lisa with regulations, which I still struggle with all the time, and that's a good thing. Steve O'Toole with racing, North, Griswold, with just a simple operation.
You're going to go down a unit for me, Terrence.
Sorry.
Well, you don't know what you've done.
And the one person that doesn't get a lot of recognition is Dominic, kind of stands behind the scenes and does a lot of different things up there. But it is really important to understand that it is a fabric of our community, and they've woven themselves into it. And it's not often that I can actually say this, but even the commission has woven themselves into our community, and I appreciate that. It's not often that a police chief can say I'd have every single one of the commission in the back of a prisoner transport van. I can say that.
I rode up front with you.
I was in the back.
And to illustrate the point more with the commission being part of our family, although still a regulatory authority and running gaming across the state, even Commissioner Hill talks about the baby pictures. So to say that, you know, when you look at a facility like this, it's really important to see how close-knit the community, the businesses, and even our regulatory officials impact us. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. Anyone?
You going to go in the back of the wagon now?
Yeah, we got to go in the back of the wagon.
Maybe.
That's a different story. And we also got to do the simulation of the shooting.
Yeah.
And I will
That
say,
over.
for the record, Commissioner O'Brien had the most kills.
You were a close second, though.
Yeah, it was a close second. And so with that, anyone else that would like to offer comments? All right, so this is officially a meeting, so I have to ask, are there any commissioner updates besides the fact that North's name has ever been changed?
We're just changing it, it's just easier.
Any other business that we didn't anticipate? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Commissioner O'Brien?
We do all at once, can't we?
Oh, yeah, we can do it as a voice vote.
Yeah.
'Cause we're here.
I'm not used to doing voice votes. Aye, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you all for coming.